This conference will now be recorded.
Oh, yes. This is the Veteran Support Group. It's February the 17th, and I'm Jim Marshall. I'm with the moderator today. And first of all, I'd like to thank our sponsors that help us out to do this. And it's Novartis, Foundation Medicine, Telix, and Blue Earth Diagnostics. And this whole thing has been put together by the AnCan Foundation. And also, if you would like to contact me or the Veteran Support Group, you can email us at veterans@ancan.org. And in this group here, we talk about the VA, uh, benefits, healthcare. We also talk about military retirement, healthcare, and everything associated with that. And also, we can branch over into federal civilian retirement plus the healthcare and the intersection of all three. And there are intersections of all three. And in fact, I am a federal civilian retiree, a military retiree, and a VA disabled many times over, permanent and total. And I see Henry has joined us. Hello, Henry. And how you doing, sir? Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Start out with Mark, West Virginia. Mark, what do you got for us today?
Well, I'm Mark from West Virginia, and I'm serviced by the Martinsburg VA here in Martinsburg. I've been working on this advanced directive for when you're trying to get your paperwork straightened out, and so you have everything at the end of life situation. You have your wills and all this taken care of, and once again, I've checked out everybody that has an ID card for the Veterans Administration and has a community care provider at their VA. Also has a social worker. Whether you believe it or not, you do have one, and you can contact your your CPC provider and ask them who your social worker is. And a lot of this information goes through your social worker. Um, this advanced directive is VA Form 10 0137. And this is the one that Jim brought up several meetings ago, about a month and a half ago. And uh, it's a form that you fill out, and it's also provides you with power of attorney. This form will provide you with power of attorney for you here at the VA. You still have to have it notarized, and you have to have people's names and addresses and things like that. Uh, and you can work through that, like Jim said. You can work through that form. If you've already have your, which I do, I have an advanced directive, my living will, and my healthcare power of attorney, which I had, and they were all notarized already. When I went into the VA and saw my social worker, I didn't have to fill out the 100137 because that's all they needed, because it had all my notarizations and everything else like that. So on that end, I'm taken care of. So the only thing that I have left to do is to get with my community care provider at the VA and make an appointment with her so I can go in and do the do not resuscitate uh, portion of this, to clear this all up, and then I'll be totally done. Nobody's going to have to worry about my wishes or anything like that. Everything will be in my file. Once I go to the VA, nobody has to worry about what I want. It's all there in my file. So they won't have to worry about that. Also,
Okay.
since the last time I visited, I took my funeral arrangements into the local funeral service here, because mine was all set up for cremation in Wilmington, North Carolina. Well, now I live in Martinsburg, West Virginia. So I took all that paperwork in there to them, sat down with them, my wife and I, and lo and behold, everything we paid for in North Carolina is covered here in Wilmington, in Martinsburg. So we're really happy about that. And the only thing that they requested is when I pass away that we have my body sent to the funeral home over here. So everything's done now except for do not resuscitate, and I still have to get with my community my CPC provider, make an appointment to go in and sit with her and finish that all up. So if you guys haven't started this or thinking about it, you really, it's taken a long time, about 4 months, but you really need to bite the bullet and get down and start doing this, because it's not a fun process, but every time you go through something, it gets easier for your loved one behind you. And that's all I'm trying to do, is just keep their life a little easier down the road. That's it.
Tony, you have your hand up.
Yeah, just as a recommendation, make sure that you have your DNI, do not resuscitate, where it can be visible. Some of the older people I know keep it with a magnet on the refrigerator, but if it's good if you have it, but if it's stuck away in a drawer or in a filing cabinet and you get paramedics that come, they're required to try to resuscitate you unless this can be shown and given to them.
That's correct.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I got a question. You said through the community care, but if you're not signed up for community care, how is it handled? Because I would think that most of the vets that are being seen are not signed up for some kind of community care provider.
Well, then you're going to be responsible for your own will and your own, end of life situation and your own paperwork and your certification and things like that. And you're going to have a place somewhere where your loved one can grab that packet when you go into the hospital and show everybody you do have a living will and all these documents are up to date and ready. If not, you're just, I don't want to say it, you're pissing in the wind for yourself and your family.
Right. Now, maybe I don't understand what the community care function in this is.
No. Your CPC doctor. Your CPC doctor. I might have misspoken. I'm sorry. Your CPC doctor that you see.
Okay, the CPC is what? And with the primary care?
No. At the hospital, you see your doctor, your primary care provider. Your care provider at the doctor's office. Everybody sees like.
Oh, okay. So in essence, the primary care provider, or I think you call them the CPC.
Correct.
Okay. Now it's okay.
Whoever sees you every 6 months at the
Right.
VA. Yeah. So if you got your card, you need to make arrangements at your local VA to get in there and have that provider that you see every 6 months. We talk about this all the time. You got to get a card and you got to get in there.
I do have it, but in essence, anyway, how do you start the process from scratch? In other words, is it you broach it through the primary care provider and
Correct.
that starts the ball rolling?
Correct.
Kind of like, or do you get referred to a social worker?
No, you can go in and ask who your social worker is.
Okay.
And then they will give you that person's name. Everybody in the VA at your local facility has a social worker.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes,
Oh,
I didn't either. I had to work my way through it. And then once I got her name, then I called her up, got an appointment with her, and then
right.
went in and sat down with her. But I already had my paperwork done, so I didn't have to do that Form 10 0137 or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah, I didn't have to do that. And she says she
Oh,
preferred if you have all the paperwork already done, your will and all that, just come on in and sit down, because
ah,
people start filling out this form and then they
oh,
get
yeah.
there. Yeah, they get there and that's not what the VA wants. You have to start
No,
all over again. So yeah, like I had to visit with her twice, but it was worth the 2 visits.
sure. Absolutely. Well, good. Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Richard, I think you got something to mention.
Yes, thank you. I had mentioned that I had some blood tests that indicated that there were some numbers that showed I had stage 3B chronic kidney disease.
Okay.
The nephrologist or kidney doctor wanted to figure out what was going on and was there a possible backup on the bladder to the kidney. Well, anyway, so just last Friday I had a Doppler sonogram, which is really a fine detailed sonogram
Right.
compared to the standard one. And what the diagnosis is now, he feels is that it's a mild case of what they call nephrosclerosis. That's NEPHRO, nephrosclerosis. And it's primarily the hardening of the arteries within the cortex of the kidney. And that's possibly causing the malfunctioning of the cleaning of the toxins and such. But there
Okay.
was no urgency in his voice, and I mentioned that to him. I said, "You're telling me this, and you're telling me I've got these higher numbers.
Right.
How worried should I be?" He said, "No, don't worry. I'll bring you back in for another blood test in 6 months, and we'll see how things are going." So, if he's not worried, I'm not worried, because he said you had, meaning me, had numbers that were at one point a year ago, and they slightly improved, and they
Okay.
declined slightly. So there's been no major ups and downs, even though some of the numbers were higher than what they should be. It's whatever. I mean, the situation of the nephrosclerosis is
Okay.
not at a critical stage. So, and then also I wanted to see if there was a possible linkage to anything related to Agent Orange. And he said
Oh, yeah.
he did research, and he said no. He said it's Agent Orange going to be linked to cancer of the bladder, cancer of other parts, but if it was cancer of the kidney, then maybe. But this condition is not related to any toxins like Agent Orange. There's nothing in the literature that would show that link. Bottom line, it's nothing that I could pursue via the VA. It's just that
Oh, okay.
that's
So,
all.
as far as the toxins go, it isn't anything that is related to some other toxin, possibly. No?
Yeah, well, he said it was the conversation I had before this one. He said he would
Okay.
do research into it, and
Oh, okay.
there was no linkage that he found worthwhile that showed that it
He
was.
found, well, it looks like that's something that I will
Yeah.
try to, and that was called, what now? Yes,
I could send
spell
that to
that.
you in a link or an email. It's a NEPHROSCLEROSIS, nephrosclerosis,
Oh, okay.
and it's a mild form of that.
You got the mild one. Okay, no problem at all.
And
Tony Fig.
ultimately,
Oh,
the
wait.
treatment of it would be medication to lower the blood pressure. So that's what
Ah,
it's worth.
so offhand, are you being treated for the blood pressure?
Believe it or not, no.
Not yet.
Not yet. And like I
Not
said,
yet.
yeah, there was no urgency in his voice, and I even said that to him. I said, So you're not worried. So then I won't be worried. He said, oh yeah, we'll just measure this and keep an eye on it, and then we'll just I'll set you up for a blood test in 6 months and see where the numbers lie. So it's not anything that we would consider critical.
Okay, because Agent Orange and hypertension is presumptive, but the deal is
Hmm.
okay, provided it did not show up during your service time, the thing that you have to show, well, it is presumptive, which means if you claim it, you get automatic service connection, no problem. The next question is, how much are you going to get? Either 0 or 10. Okay, and the way they engineer this is that what you have to do, what you have to show them is that before you started to take the meds, that you had a reading of at least 160 over 100. Okay. Now, if you show them like 152 over 99, you'll get 0.
Wow.
Okay. Even though you have started the meds, and things are fine now, everything's great. It's just that search back essentially within the office visits or etc. to see if you can stick your hands on something that says it was a bad day and it was like 166 over 102.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and as far as a claim goes, that would be the thing that would trigger you to get 10% out of it. Of course, it isn't that much, but also the other thing is if you have hypertension thing, it's good to claim it essentially, even though it's 0, just in case you die of a stroke. Because then if you die of a stroke and it's on the death certificate, your wife gets a pension.
Mm.
What a deal.
It's
So,
a good point when you say stroke, because I did have it's like a mild stroke, a TIA,
okay.
ischemic attack.
Ooh,
Yeah, about was it 9 years ago? Yeah.
okay. You did have a stroke attack. Well, that might be interesting to look. You say it was a TIA?
Yes, it's called a trans ischemic, ISCHEMIC ischemic attack.
That might be interesting to look at as far as a VA disability, because that might be very, very interesting to do. Okay, well, I will.
Okay.
I hadn't heard of that one before, but it'll
Okay.
be a good one to look up.
I appreciate your tip. I'll go back and look at those medical record visits and everything. Thank you.
Yeah, although provided it was me, I might send them a message and say, look, okay, if there's a blood pressure issue, well, actually, the thing I do, okay, I do because of the fact that hypertension was caught in 1984, essentially in the Air Force, and I started the meds, but along the way, I got 10. Okay, fine, but then with the different other drugs, the thing I do, and in fact, I'm just starting it now to do a sort of gathering data. I take the blood pressure morning, noon, dinner time, and night, and I do it for a week to to see the trend. And because for the Kaiser folks here, you are supposed to supply a blood pressure check every year. So I decided I'm going to start one anyway to see how it's going. So at that, you would find out the time of day when it's the highest, because the things I've read about strokes and heart attacks most commonly occur between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. for some unknown reason, which I would think, here you are in bed, you're asleep, relaxed, everything else. Why would you have a stroke? Unless it got too low, not too high.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But that's not something I would like to have, is a stroke.
No.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Gates. Mr. Gates,
Yes,
what do you got?
I am here, Jim. I don't know where I should start.
Oh,
Let me get
okay.
the
Well,
camera on. I could give a quick recap. My diagnosis for prostate cancer was 14 months ago, and all
oh,
of the markers were maxed. My
oh,
PSA was 30 plus,
ooh,
and
okay.
my Gleason was 5 plus 5 equals 10.
Oh,
So,
wow.
beginning a year ago in January, I started with 5 months of chemo,
Yeah.
had a month vacation, and then 5 rounds of radiation,
Wow.
and then the radiation was a bitch compared to the chemo. Although during chemo, had to go to emergency on 2 different occasions. One was for the lymphedema that has
Right.
developed and continues to get no better. And the other was for some pretty severe dehydration, which was absolutely fixable, no problem with that. But I had to make the decision at the end of radiation. I felt so bad that I wanted to get down to California. So I had been in Alaska for close to 20 years, and I just moved everything up, and here I am
Sure.
in Northern California next to my kids and grandkids. But as it turns out, just like the radiologist said, my condition improved tremendously. I was really feeling bad because of the radiation. The PET scan that I had 2 months ago showed a PSA that was non-detectable, and that I'm now on vacation for the next 2 years. Every 3 months, I show up and get a shot in my stomach, and we monitor the PSA. Which just recently, I had my first of those every 3 month programs, and it's non-detectable. So I'm in good
Okay.
shape in that
Now,
respect. But then,
I,
so that's a bit of the
okay.
history. So then and now I'm proceeding forward with um, uh, doing what it takes to file a disability claim.
Oh, okay. Well,
Should I
now,
get into that?
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Uh, are you essentially a Vietnam vet? I forget.
No,
No.
I didn't. I'm not a combat vet. No.
Well, it doesn't have to be a combat vet. I was a computer operator. Well, okay, maybe I was a combat computer operator. No. Um, so out of it all, have you figured out what is going to be the service connection that
Well,
you can blame the military for the prostate cancer?
I'm
Or,
still doing some research, Jim, and
okay,
I'll just throw a bunch of stuff out to you and see what
okay,
sticks to the wall. But
okay,
I was at Camp Lejeune for a 4 month period.
okay.
Well, I'll say a 3 month period, and that was 1969.
Wait,
That was
1969. Okay,
correct.
and do you have proof of that? In other words, did you have like TDY orders or something like that, or?
I have nothing now, but I'm just beginning this research. It's
Okay.
it's in the initial stages, and as I understand it, I've got a year to put a package together. Is that right?
Well, that's true from the time that you have done the intent to
Intent to
file.
file. Correct, and that's been done just
Okay.
last week.
Intent to file.
Correct, that was done last week.
Oh, okay. So it was done like actually what you might get involved with, because I just had a couple guys that they did the intent to file like in July of 2024,
Mm-hmm.
and they had prostate cancer back in like 2022, I think it was, right? So in the scheme of things, stuck in the claim, and the claim was just adjudicated, awarded, and there is something about if there was a law change, or there has been a law change, and because there was a law change, the guy that had the July of 2025 intent to file date, it got backdated 1 year into July of 2024.
So did that mean that his work was accelerated and had to get it in quick, or he had
No.
the opposite? Okay.
It was the fact that we submitted his claim like in December, I think it
Of
was.
25. Of 25.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it was just adjudicated, awarded, and um, the actual reference, I haven't had a chance to go in to dig deep. I do have it, but his was backdated because he had prostate cancer starting in about 2022. So on
Mhm.
yours, it may turn out that it might get backdated back into 2025. So yes, indeed, you do have a year. Now, all
Right.
that you have to do is to do the um, research on this thing, and
Right.
if you can find evidence, or is there possibly anybody that you know that knew you were there,
Mm-hmm.
like a wife or kids, or a
Anybody
buddy,
living today?
or what? Now,
Right.
what kind of a job did you do? What, in the Air Force?
No, I was in the Marines and I had a
Oh,
supply MOS.
you had a
So
supply MOS. Oh, okay.
correct. And
And
however, um, eh, regarding Camp Lejeune, I was in
right.
ITR. I was training. I had an O3 grunt MOS, but it was an O3 supply. So I
Oh,
was sent
okay.
to I was sent to supply school.
Oh, okay.
Um,
So the supply school was actually at Lejeune.
correct,
Ah, that
correct.
might be
And
interesting to
and
track down. Okay.
right. And so I'm in my due diligence phase. I'm just going to
Yeah.
begin it. But I have no reason to believe that I won't be able to get a hold of either the actual records or whatever whatever's necessary to
Right.
determine validity. I don't see an issue with that. But also, in addition to Camp Lejeune, I was at MCAS Yuma for a year and a
Oh,
half. Um,
okay.
and
Well,
that is, well, go ahead, you go first on that.
yes, MCAS Yuma, I've got some information on that because it was an EPA toxic site for
Waste, right. Correct.
trichloroethylene.
Well,
And
yes, and some other stuff too, but
yes,
yes,
but trichloroethylene is known to cause prostate cancer. And in
bingo.
fact, just putting in I think the fourth claim for trichloroethylene causing prostate cancer.
Mhm.
And so that would also help too.
I'm not sure what you
So,
mean by the fourth claim.
well, actually, the TCE and prostate cancer started out about 2 years ago with a veteran who was a draftee that served at Fort Knox.
Okay, he's in the
And he
army.
was there, yes, Fort Knox, and then he came here to Fort Myer, and he was
Okay.
in for 2 years and he was out. That's it. No combat, Vietnam, nothing or other. And
Hmm.
so um, I put together a claim for him based upon toxic exposure to trichloroethylene,
Hmm.
and the VA awarded it.
Okay.
Then there was another one. Uh, Henry, was that you I did on the TCE? I don't know if he's waving no or yes. Is it thumbs up or thumbs down? I forget. Thumbs up,
That's a
yes.
thumbs up. Yeah.
Henry, we put together a claim for Henry because
Affirmative.
affirmative. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Fort
he
Knox.
was right. Fort Knox also exposed to it over in Germany, right?
Right.
Yeah, cleaning guns and everything else, and
Motor pool.
right in the motor pool, and the VA bought it hook, line, and sinker. No, actually, it was true. They approved it. Then I've got another guy that also has that, and there is, let's see, Eric Baker, who is now, I think he's officiating a Purdue basketball game tonight, so he couldn't come. I didn't think he was a college official, but apparently I think he is.
Purdue is
So,
big time.
so as far as the claim go, okay, and the justification for all that stuff, I have the scientific reports. I also have some stuff out of, well, in the claims, we got some of the letters out of the doctors who agreed that trichloroethylene can cause prostate cancer.
Okay.
So,
Eh,
out of it all, the only thing that you have to round up is to convince the VA that that you were actually at Lejeune and at
Yuma.
Yuma, and
Hmm.
also the thing I have done for them, the thing I did for them is to send them the information that I've got, which includes 5 claims that 5 veterans appealed their denial, and it happened to go to court, the VA court, and
Right.
I've got 5 judges that said, based upon these stuff they saw, they awarded them service connection for the prostate cancer. So
So
I've got that stuff too.
there is precedence then
Yes,
that in the past awards have been or benefits have been awarded to individuals
yes.
exposed to what was it?
TCE,
TCE.
trichloroethylene,
Okay, I like
TCE.
the TCE. Yes. Well,
Right.
that's a good thing because the majority of my years in the Marine Corps, I was on a flight line at MCAS Yuma, and I did the same, not quite as extensive, but I did start to research the EPA toxic waste site designation for MTAS Yuma. And um,
I already did it.
you're right, exactly. That's
I already
good.
did
That's
it.
good to know, because
Right.
I was a standard, um, private first class, and in at ITR, going to supply school when I was at
Right.
Lejeune.
Right.
And that was for a short time, and then I was
Well,
immediately
still,
shipped out to Yuma.
Lejeune, the way I seem to recall with Lejeune, all that you had to show is that you were there for at least a month.
Oh yeah, I was there for more than a month.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so that's credibility, because Lejeune has a presumptive prostate cancer.
Really? So just
Yes.
having been there and
Just
being able to
having been
being
there
able to
during
prove it.
certain times up to, I think it's like 1983 or 1984. I forget the actual
Right.
date. So
Right. But 69 fits into it, right?
I believe so. I will have
In the
to
range.
check that one out. So
Okay.
once you get that proof, the thing I'll do is that I will ship you in with the papers, and the thing I suggest, as was done with the other three, I will
Mhm.
ship you the papers, print those off, go into the VA to your doctor,
Yeah.
right, and show them all the proof that you have. There are like 5 court rulings and 2 scientific papers, etc.,
Hmm.
and then ask them if they would create for you a nexus letter that says that, in their medical professional opinion, that your prostate cancer is as likely as not, the magic words, is as likely as not caused by your exposure to trichloroethylene.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure they will do it. Henry's doctor, who was also my doctor essentially at the VA, wrote a stellar paper. It was just absolutely outstanding. I mean, the man was, oh, it was
Well, it's
great.
nice. It's nice to have that resource.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Jim, I have 2 doctors. I have 2 VA doctors. I have an
Right.
oncologist that I see, and then I have primary care.
Well, actually, the primary care, no. It'll be the cancer doctor,
Okay, the
which will
oncologist.
attest, right. And they sign it, so and so, MD, medical oncologist, board certified, all
Yep.
the credentials,
Yep. Yep.
all
Yep.
the thing. And with that, hey, I think you're in.
Well, during this last year, um, in my move that I described from Alaska down to Northern California,
Right.
I then of course had 2 oncologists. The first
Sure.
oncologist up in Alaska was a community care guy, Dr. Lou, outstanding in his field, a good guy. He was the one that I was initiated into it. He's the one who developed a treatment plan. It's called triplet therapy.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
having moved in September down to Northern Cal, I now have a Dr. Good Guy at Mather in Northern Cal, which is a pretty sophisticated VA facility, I've got to say.
Sure.
Uh, Based on that, all of those facts, which doctor or both should I start working with to get a
Well,
necklace?
actually, you could do them both. I would say probably, and with the California guy, because he's the current one.
Correct.
And the thing I can do is to ship you and with the papers that I've got, in the court rulings.
Mhm.
And so that can be used to educate them. And in fact, in the first
Yes.
case
Good
I
point.
had with Bob, is that he then approached his genitourinary medical oncologist, and that doctor did additional research on his own, found a very interesting paper on his own, and then presented the paper to us along with his expert opinion.
Yeah, he was a good guy to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, as I said, Bob was awarded, he was on treatment for about 18 months. So, and in fact, he's due to go off in June of 2026. And the interesting part was he was the first one. And at the time he called me up, uh, the VA paid him a check of $44,000
Oh my goodness, that
to
that was
catch
catch up,
up.
right?
Yeah. And I figure he will get about another 46 to 48,000 before he's
Mhm.
done. Then he will be down based upon residuals. Now, I take it that you are going to be under treatment, right? Because you said every 3 months.
Correct. I'm under treatment for the next 2 years, whereby
Right.
I report every 3 months. Yes, correct.
2 years. So in the
Yeah.
flow of now, after that, are they believing that you are going to enter a durable remission?
Yes,
Or, okay, so,
that's the plan.
right, good. That's now actually in the plan, and this is for you and also the folks out there. Your example is that you're under that treatment for 2 years, but actually your treatment plan says you will be under active treatment for actually 3 years, because at that end of 2 years, they
Mhm.
don't know for sure if you are in a durable
Your remission.
remission.
Right.
So the thing you do is to enter a phase where every 3 months you will get a PSA test
Mhm.
and hope, that things go good. Now,
Mhm.
that is considered to be an active treatment, which means you will remain at 100%. Now, the VA folks along the way will probably be calling you for a C&P exam. And at that point, you explain to them either over the phone, or they may make you go into a actual exam,
Mhm.
that your position is you are still under treatment, which means you remain 100% temporary.
Mhm.
So in
Mhm.
that last year, in that third year, you're still under active treatment, even though you aren't getting a shot, you aren't taking pills, but you're actually under. Now, at the end of that third year, and if
Mhm.
things look good, then you are going to go into a durable remission, and you are going to be downgraded. And the
Mhm.
downgrading criteria, I have that, and we'll figure out what you are before you actually go into the C&P exam. Now, I take it you're not retired out of the Marine, right?
No, I'm not
No.
retired.
Okay. Okay.
If I understand the distinction right.
Well, retired means you are a 20-year lifer, right?
No, no, I was
No,
not.
no, no.
No.
Okay, no. Okay, well, that's okay. Now, out of all this, the thing that happens at the time that they adjudicate folks now, what they do, because back in March the 5th of 2024, the VA healthcare side of the house um, implemented this thing called TARA, Toxic Exposure Risk Activity. And
Okay.
what that does is to entitle you to all free health care, even if you don't even have any disability, or if, like, generally in the VA, a person gets a disability of 10, 20, 30, or 40. Okay.
And that's
And
percent, right?
yes. And,
Okay.
but that only entitles you to free health care for what you are rated for.
Well, Jim, I believe I must be rated for 100%, and I say that because in the 20 years that I've been associated with the VA, and I've acquired a brand new shoulder, heavy duty surgery
Right.
on my neck, a bunch of medical, in addition to all of the prostate. I have
True.
yet to pay. I have yet to pay one dime.
Well, that's not, well, that's true, but from the rules and the regulations, because before, at the time in the 90s and the 2000s and all that stuff, the VA was out trolling for people because they needed people to fill up the appointments in the hospitals, because if they don't get the vets in there, then there
Right.
could be staff cuts. So,
Right.
but now um, with the Gulf War and the 500,000 vets that are now entitled to free health care just because they served over there, boots on the ground, I think things are going to start to get tight in the VA, and that's why I have been seeing, or I believe that the VA's starting to push community care a lot, because that's about the only way they are going to be able to
Well,
handle
that
this
that that
influx.
begs the question. Uh, my understanding was, and having spent 15 years in the Anchorage area,
Right.
and that facility is outstanding, but
Yes.
they were required to use community care, but specifically because they didn't have the facility available. They didn't have
Right.
anything available themselves.
Yes,
Whereas
that's
when I
true.
come down to Mather in Northern Cal, and I'm looking at it right now, I can see it within my house from my home. It's a 6th
Right.
level hospital, and a
Wow.
very large, clean facility, and nothing that I've seen so far is outsourced to the community. This place handles everything from eyeglasses to oncology and
Yes.
everything in between. So
Well,
unlike
good.
Anchorage,
Yeah.
the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, but um it so just because you haven't gotten a bill, it doesn't mean that there isn't the case where it could happen. But
Right.
because then based upon the claim that's going to go in with your exposure to trichloroethylene,
Mhm.
what will happen is the VA will then, and it's cryptic because it isn't really explained to you, there'll be something in there about a Terra memorandum has been created. And it will say something that you have been awarded Terra because of your toxic exposure, specifically at Camp Lejeune and also at Yuma.
MCASU. Yep.
Right. So with that, that will then automatically guarantee you automatic health care, and it will also bump up your priority. I think it goes up to a priority 3. So that's a good thing. So
Okay.
yes, anyway, I can ship you those papers. I've got a note here. Let's see. To ship you those, and you can now offhand. Just a question about your facilities. Do you have a computer that you use?
No, I don't have. I do everything off of my mobile phone, pay bills, etc.
Okay.
However, I am going to go out and get a printer because
Okay.
I will need a printer. I mean, I'll acquire a computer if I need to make this happen, if that's
Well,
going to be necessary.
okay, a printer. Just the thing I would suggest is a printer which is a printer, copier, and a scanner.
Gotcha.
Okay. And the thing I like Brother printers because they
Okay.
are outstanding. And I try to stay away from the inkjets
So what does
because
Brothers printers have if it's not an inkjet?
it is a laser
Okay.
printer. Okay, it's a laser cartridge and it's black and white. The inkjets are generally color, which
Mhm.
I never printed color, and the ink in those things is the printers are dirt cheap. The ink
Right.
is like it will take your breath away.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
as I said, um, a Brother printer and thing probably run you about $180. It is
That
well worth it
okay. That's in the budget.
because out of this, you are talking about 100% today, plus also you will probably have loss of use of creative organ. So you're
Yes.
talking about $4,100 a month for two to 2.5 years. You're talking about over $100,000. I think
Yeah.
you can afford a $220
Absolutely.
printer.
Absolutely. But if you think the computer is necessary, also, I
Well,
can
it
make
depends.
that
The
happen.
thing that now the computer to put in the claim, there are ways that we can engineer this that it can be submitted by me, but it's a little hokey because the thing I don't do, I, you know, I am not officially a VSO because
Right.
if I was, then you would have to sign papers authorizing me authority to look at your files and do all that stuff.
Right.
And that's too much for me. I do not want that kind of thing.
Right. Right.
But in a
It sounds
way,
like a bunch of HIPAA stuff.
well, it's HIPAA plus other things. So as far
Okay.
as completing the things, I've got at least 3 claims that will be almost identical to yours, almost
Mhm.
identical. And so all I have to do is to take those claims and adjust it here or there.
Right.
And the
Right. Modify it.
thing that you can do is to once you get and with the Nexus um, letters and stuff, you can just mail those to me, okay, and I can scan them in and stick them essentially into the claim and
Right.
to fill out the forms, etc. We can talk essentially on the phone And
Okay.
are you homeless? Are you thinking about becoming homeless? And all the questions that they ask you.
Right, right, right.
So it is a doable thing. And now, eventually, after you get all this stuff in, you are 100% for upwards of close to 3 years. Then at that point, you will get downgraded. And the choices will be like, they will ask you, how many times a night do you get up to whiz?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you say 1 to 2, you are
Yeah.
10%. If you say 3 to 4, you are 20. If you say 5 or more, you are 40. And they'll ask
Right,
you, how many pads do you go through? And
right.
there's 3 to 4,
You,
I think, is 40. 5 or greater is 60. So once you get down, or during the time that you are this 100% temporary, I would suggest would be the time to look at what else do you have that the Marine Corps did to you?
well, or what else do I have that was a result of
Yes,
what the Marine Corps did to me?
yes,
I guess that might be considered secondary or whatever, but the lymphedema is never going to go away, and it's not
right,
improving. It's still, I mean, relatively speaking, it's still new with me. It's only
right,
had it for 9 months or so,
right.
but
So,
it's not going
so
away.
then once that first claim gets put in, then it's time to start looking at these other things to start building them up. So, I mean, a 10% here and a 20% there and etc. At the time you do get downgraded will then get you up to possibly 50 or 60%
Hmm.
within the long haul.
Right. I'm just not sure what the percentages mean.
Well, the
60%
percentages, okay.
of, of what?
Uh, well, well,
And
actually, it's a disability percentage of 50%. No, a 60% runs about 20,000 a year. Um,
okay, so the percentages are
70% is about 23, 24,000. 80%, 26. 90% is about 28, 29. No, 90% is about 31,000 a year. And
Mhm.
100% is about 41,000 a year. So it
Okay.
all equates to money.
All right. So it's a percentage that is designated. Okay, that relates to dollars. Um.
Yes,
Okay.
it relates to dollars.
Okay. Okay.
So
I didn't know if it related to disability.
no, no,
You
no,
know,
no. Even
a
though,
full
let's
function is
say
100.
during that 100% that you are temporary, if you could find a job that would pay you $200,000 a year, you are welcome to take it. There are
Mhm.
no restrictions on how much you can earn
Okay. So the
if you
criteria
choose
is
to.
earning power.
Well, the criteria is there is no limitations on what you can do. You could get a job as a lumberjack.
Yep. Yep.
No problem. Even if you're 100% disabled, no problem. There are no
Right.
restrictions on you.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Okay. Which is
Yeah.
good.
All
Now,
right.
I don't know if you are going to work or a part-time job or you're
I
just
play
going to,
music for a living, and
oh, okay.
it has been seriously disrupted. I play drums for a living, and
Oh,
since my
okay.
diagnosis, it's just about down the drain. Although I'm coming back with a couple of things, but but no, my ability to generate an income through my employment is almost non-existent. I've
Oh,
got
okay.
social security, and that's what I'm living off of.
Oh, okay. Well, with this, I think with a combination of Social Security and your VA for the next 3 years, you ought to be doing quite well, because if you can subsist on Social Security now,
I have to, right? It's not
you
easy, but
are your pay's going to probably triple at least. So you
you mean
earned it,
after
though.
the 3 years? After the 3 years?
No, at the time the claims awarded,
All right,
which
but
it could
okay,
be awarded within 3 or 4 months,
of the
depending
time.
upon how soon all of the paperwork gets
Exactly.
assembled and the claim gets submitted.
Gotcha.
And then it will be adjudicated and hopefully awarded 100% temporary.
Temporary. Well, that is the goal, and I again I appreciate I
Okay.
appreciate your words of wisdom.
Okay, now I have a question. Around you,
Sure.
is there a military installation?
Yes, there is.
How
There
close
are
to
many.
you is it?
Well, Mather
That far?
and McClellan have, well,
Oh, okay.
have,
Today on your VA ID card,
mhm.
I take it under your picture, it only says something about VA healthcare or VA health thing in the title. I forget what it's.
Stand by 1 second. To answer your question, I wish I could read it. It
Oh,
says
it says VA
VA.
healthcare enrollee, right?
Correct. Yes, it does.
Is there anything below that?
No.
Okay. Well, at the time that you are awarded the disability,
Mhm.
then that ID card will then have to be updated to
Okay.
include service connection below it. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And what that's going to be is your ticket to get onto military installation and shop at the commissary and the post exchange.
And the PX, well, very good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the PX also allows you to, I think, check out camping gear and tennis rackets and anything else out of the MWR,
Mhm.
Morale,
Okay.
Welfare, Recreation Office, if you choose to.
It would improve my morale. Yes, it would.
Yes. And it also allows you to use them with the bowling alley if there is one. I don't know if there's a
Right.
well, a
Right, the
USO,
facility.
no. But
Yeah.
yeah, there is a lot you are entitled to. Okay.
Very good.
Okay. Any further questions at this point?
For me,
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't want to say
Okay.
I'm overwhelmed, but
Yep.
I'll wait for those Nexus letters to come out, and we can speak more on the phone.
Oh, sure. Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you, Jim.
hi. Now, seeing that you don't have a computer and a printer and all that stuff, the thing I can do is you have my email address, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Send me your home address, and the thing I'll do is to print those things off here and stuff them into a folder, and I will then mail those things to you
Okay.
at this point
Okay.
in time.
I
Okay.
will provide you with my home address. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And
Good.
you should have that from some prior correspondence, but
A home address, I don't remember
okay.
offhand, but
Right. And I'm not
I
absolutely
will look.
positive of that. Okay, but I'll get it to you again. I'll
Okay.
email it to you.
Okay, I got a home address. No problem. We will engineer this and
Good
get
deal.
it in.
Good
Okay,
deal.
great.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Clyde, how are things coming along? You are muted.
All right, I'm here.
Oh, there we go. There we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
All right. Well, anyway, my background is I got drafted in the Marine Corps in '68. I got
Ooh,
sent over to, I didn't even know where a Marine was, and there I was on a train to Paris Island. So I grew up fast. 13 months in Vietnam.
oh, okay.
My test scores were good when I went in, so they said, okay, you can go to officers candidate school, or you can. I had electronics school that I went to. I said you can go to electronics. I said great. They said all you got to do is sign up for 2 more years. I said no, thank you. So they said okay, you're an 0311. You're going to be a grunt, and you're going to go in Vietnam for 13 months. So I did, and we were exposed to Agent Orange over there.
Oh, yeah.
I got out in '69. I didn't even serve 2 years because after 13 months in Vietnam, they didn't know what the hell to do with us, so they sent us
Right.
home early. So then I had a life going on. We got married and had kids and stuff, and the VA, because of the Agent Orange, was tracking my PSA score. So, and I forget what year my PSA started going up. And when it got to about 5.8 or something like that, they decided to take out my prostate. So they did.
Okay.
So I was 100% at the time when I had it, as you were mentioned before. I was 100%. And then after they took it out and I had no more, my PSA was basically nothing. They
Okay.
cut me back. So I have PTSD. I go to counseling every month. I get with that and with the pads and stuff that I use from my prostatectomy, I'm at 90%, and I've been that way for a bunch of years. So now my PSA started creeping up again. So I have to go
Ooh.
back. Supposedly what they want to do is have me go back for salvage again. So I'm not sure what happens then.
Okay, now, okay. Have they done essentially a PSMA scan?
No, not yet. They're going to do that before they decide what kind of radiation to give me and so forth.
Okay, now have you done the intent to file?
Not yet, no.
I
Well,
would.
I'm a little worried because I've been
Right.
at 90% and I haven't. I'd love to be 100, but I didn't want to press it because I'm afraid,
Okay.
that opens up a can of worms as well as your PTSD really at 40 or 60% or whatever I'm at now.
Well, okay, now, yeah, now, so you don't have a prostate, but essentially, and with the PSAs starting to rise, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
the thing we need to do is find out where it is.
It's a 0.15 and 0.17.
No, I meant where the little devils are that is
Oh, yeah.
causing it
Yep.
to go. Once you find out if it's outside of the pelvic area,
hmm
okay, like it's in a bone or something, then you are going to be in essence declared stage 4. You are permanent and total.
Okay.
Okay.
I hope that doesn't happen.
Right. We hope it doesn't happen. Now, if you are permanent and total, then we should do the intent to file, because now, how much are you getting for the PTSD?
I'm not sure. I think it's I don't know. It comes out to be 90 total, but you know how they add the numbers together.
Yeah, but individually, how much?
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure.
How many things do you have besides and with the PTSD? Is there like hypertension and
No, I don't have
heart?
that. I have it's a number of pads and also loss of
Well, the loss of use doesn't go in, but number of pads, even if it was like 40%, your PTSD's got to be at least 60,
okay,
I
and
would think.
probably a 60,
Okay, well, if
60
it
and
is,
40 sort of sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
okay, well, either way, you could be entitled to the additional SMC, SMC Sierra or S, but we'll cross that bridge with it. So,
Well, they wanted to start their
well,
radiation already, and I've been in touch with AnCan
right. Well,
and
how
looked
do they
over this.
know what to radiate if they don't know
Well,
exactly?
before they want to start radiation, but the first thing they would do is do the PSMA to find out where it
Well,
is.
then I would, well, that's true. Yeah, to find out where.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I opted to wait because it's such a low number right now. I opted to wait another
okay.
3 months and get another PSA and see where we are.
Okay. Well, you could still do the, you could still tomorrow do the intent to file.
Yeah, I don't know if I
You
want to push
don't,
that already or not.
no. It doesn't affect anything. At this point in time, you do the intent to file, and then you have a year to put in a claim. If you
Right.
don't put in a claim, it just magically goes away. There
Okay.
isn't anything um, about that triggering a review.
Okay, that's good to know. Good to know.
Um, so how
And,
long have you had or have been rated on 90% offhand?
I guess
5 years, 10 years?
I had my RP in 2018.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the RP, but
Yes.
the PTSD part,
I've had that for longer than that. I'm not sure.
all the way back in the 90s or?
No, it's not back that far.
Oh, okay. Okay, that isn't a problem. No, I would do the intent to file and have it established, and then there's a year.
Well, what's the intent to file? Is there a certain level to the PSA it has to
No.
meet?
No.
Oh,
In intent to file, you then call up the VA, 1-800-827-1000,
uh-huh.
and you just say, look, I want to do intent to file. You don't tell them why, what, for what, just establish it.
Okay.
And they will then say, okay, they will look you up and they'll ship you some forms. Ignore those. Okay.
Ignore the
And
forms. Well, I gotta write that down.
right. And then that will establish the pay date where
Gotcha.
you'll be paid back to if you indeed decide to file a claim.
Gotcha.
And if you don't file the claim in a year, it just magically goes away. It just disappears.
Okay.
So,
Good stuff. Thank you.
we play it by ear to see what happens out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would continue to come to the AnCan, AnCan high risk group because it's
Yeah,
a great place.
I was in the low risk watching or whatever the hell
Right.
it's called first, and then when my number went up, now I went to high risk. I don't really know if I should or not, but
Oh yeah, you should, and they will attempt to advise you as to how things are going
right.
and at least arm you for discussions with your doctors
Correct.
and to ask the questions. Okay, well that sounds good. Okay, so at this point we don't really need to do anything.
Right. Other than I need to file intent to file. That's it.
Intent to file tomorrow, and it will set the date, and then we got a year. And if it comes out that there has to be a claim filed, it's an easy, yours is an easy one to do.
Oh, good. That's good.
Real easy.
Well, what about when? Okay,
Okay.
so they radiate me, and then what if I'm free again after?
Well, at that point in time, the thing that you should do is to have a conversation with them and say, look, we know that I am metastatic, right?
Well,
And
I don't know if
metastatic,
I will be or not. No.
oh, no, you are now, right? And you could be afterwards, okay? You could still have it, except it isn't showing up.
Right.
So at that point in time, you would ask them, am I stage 3 or stage 4?
Okay.
Okay. If they say you are stage 4, then we can use that to then get you awarded permanent and total.
And what if it's stage 3? Then what happens?
Stage 3 is you would be the temporary, you were treated, and now you are back on just
Watchful
you
waiting.
have the residual effects. Okay. And so you would stay at the 90 because
Okay.
you say that if you are stage 3 and you would prefer not to file a claim just in case they start to review the PTSD.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So it sounds like a game
All
plan.
right. Sounds good to me.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay, Henry, do you have anything to bring up?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good. Okay. What's happening these days?
Well, I've had such high praise for my travel department, right?
Right.
Well, the last time I got a bank statement, I had no travel deposits.
Oh, okay.
So I wasn't sure if I had filled out the form and thrown them in the trash or if I submitted.
Oh, okay.
No, not really, but I went
Okay.
in to inquire about it.
Okay.
And evidently, they've had such a backlog or short of employees that they hadn't submitted for the month of January.
Ah, okay.
But as far as me having filed and filed properly,
Okay.
that's I can look that up on my device.
Okay. Good.
So that's no problem. But I just thought about it because, like I said, I've had such high praise about just how accommodating they've been for me.
Yes.
Great.
Great.
But other than that, if I may ask you, if and when you are to present in Maryland.
Oh, actually, well, I'm not going to present. I'm just going to attend. I think it's on Saturday, this coming Saturday. It'll be over it's a prostate cancer awareness gig that's being put on by a education network. I bumped into this guy who was a Navy guy and he's retired, William Battle. and he has a firm, and somehow they are putting together with a couple of doctors and a few other things at a community center. And did you see the reminder has a brochure in it? Did
No, I
you
didn't.
see
That's
that?
why I'm taking this opportunity to
Okay, well,
inquire.
now, are you getting the reminders? Okay, on the veterans?
I hadn't up until last month.
Okay,
At least I'm receiving information from AnCan.
yes,
I
right.
don't.
It is, and with the veterans group, that's this one. So,
So are you at liberty to verbalize it?
oh, I do not have the information at hand here. The thing I'll do is I will send you the brochure. Okay,
Okay, thank you very kindly.
and
And
it's
that's
over in
on the
it's
21st.
yes, on the 21st. It's in Upper Marlboro, I believe. Okay, at a community center, not too far
Oh,
off of Central Avenue, 214, I think it is.
yes.
Right.
So Henry, I can see that you opened the vets group email this evening at 9 minutes past 8. So go back and look at what you opened, and the whole thing will be there. Everything, all the information is in there.
Should be,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I did
Busted.
open it. I opened it and came straight to the meeting.
Oh, okay, okay,
So when
okay.
you
Well,
get
Okay.
done, go back to that what you opened,
Okay.
and everything that you want to know is in there. We included it in there for you.
yes.
Okay, thank you very kindly, big brother.
I
Okay.
can see what's going on here.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm also trying to make less work for Captain Jim as
Oh,
well.
okay.
So
Oh,
he
yeah,
doesn't have
well,
to send it
Right,
to you
right.
again. You know.
yeah.
Okay,
I'll
okay, Clyde,
second that motion.
yeah. Clyde, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I see Rick's in here, and Rick,
Yes.
I emailed a couple of times back and forth with Ravi, Madam, or whatever, with the NCI on my case because my PSA was at 0.151 and 0.17, and they say what they want to do is they want to do salvage. He
I'm
recommended
not
that
going
I.
to talk about
Yeah.
treatment with you in here.
Oh, okay,
Right,
never
right.
mind.
Okay.
You're going to
Right.
come back. This isn't the right place to do
Right.
it.
All right, no
One.
problem.
And
Well, I just
number
wanted
two,
to tell you
yes,
that I spoke with him.
Okay,
okay.
good. Good, good, good,
Okay.
good.
But come on in. There's a group meeting. We had one yesterday, and the next one is
Tuesday.
next Tuesday.
Yeah,
Tuesday.
I have trouble finding the damn meetings. I'm technology challenged, so I have trouble finding the freaking meetings.
Well,
You're not
okay.
by yourself.
Okay. Well, there are two rooms. You just have to get the prostate. All the prostate cancer meetings are in the other room.
Okay.
The vets meetings are in this room.
Right,
All
the
right.
Okay,
Well,
premier
so two
room.
different rooms.
my wife used to take care of all that stuff, and she passed away in October, so I'm
Oh,
lost.
no.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's a bummer.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
so I'm my head's spinning most of the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you guys.
Okay, that's good. Okay, Henry, anything else?
Oh, no, thank you very kindly.
Well, if not, I will see you Saturday for lunch, right? we'll have
Well,
lunch together.
I thought I was going to see you this past Saturday at the thrift, but I remembered it was my queen's birthday. So
Okay. 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 Mr. Boykin, do you have anything?
I am all good tonight.
You're good. And there is Sylvester. How you doing, Sylvester? Good to see you.
Always a pleasure to be here. I'm doing good, and it's good seeing everybody there. Thanks for asking.
Okay, here's about, Rick, do you have anything I'm going to bring up, sir?
I don't think so, other than sharing some wonderful news that we got a huge donation totally out of the blue this morning. Totally unexpected.
Okay, great. Okay,
which is
fantastic.
better than the sponsors giving us the finger, which is what's been happening recently.
Right. Yep. So, okay, I have an interesting one that I think might interest folks. I've been talking to a vet because a lot of the claims we do, especially Agent Orange wise, have been prostate cancer. Well, his vet has been on essentially active surveillance for about 12 years. And all of a sudden, he happened to get a letter out of the VA that says, we are downgrading you to 10% out of the sky blue, which really upset him. And so he started to go into it because he has been on active surveillance for about 12 years. And it would sound like he should remain okay at 100%. So he jumped in with both feet to find out, how can they do this to me? And it turns out that he did some research into a case similar to his that was taken to a federal court, believe it or not. And the federal court ruled that they are not going to get involved with VA rating decisions. That has to be done by the VA. Okay, fine. Well, so I started to dig into how could this happen? Well, it turns out that under the active surveillance, the claim is from the vet is that they are currently under treatment. And in active surveillance, the way I understand, I'm not really expert at this, there's a PSA test every 6 months, usually essentially MRI every year, a biopsy possibly every 2 to 3 years, and that will, no, that
Not
is
really,
not
no.
true. No.
Not true.
Is there at least essentially MRI every year?
No, there shouldn't
No,
be.
there shouldn't be. So
There should not be.
there should not be. Okay.
Right. You really don't need an MRI. I
Okay.
think the minimum standard of care is 18 months, but some
Okay.
people, depending on their Gleason and their other facts, they can go 3 years. Some people even go longer. And the same thing is true with the biopsies. The biopsies are spaced out.
Okay.
I forget, but if you want to know that, come in for a few minutes to one of the active surveillance groups, and they will lay it all out for you.
Okay. Because the thing I'm trying to do is to marry up the medical side with the VA disability side, because eventually what he revealed was that after the first 2 years he was on active surveillance, he has never seen a doctor for almost 10 years. And the only thing he's been getting is a PSA test. And he never had a CNP exam along the way to tell them that he was currently on then active surveillance. So at some point in time, I think they happened to look at this and they declared that he must be in a remission, and therefore they got his attention by dropping him down to 10. So I think the moral of the story says that if you're on active surveillance, then if you don't get a CNP exam every year, initiate one to make sure they understand that you're still being actively seen. Well, it could or it might not be like seen in person, but you're still under the care of a doctor. But that was my take, that it was partially his error by not being involved enough, and I guess he figured, well, a CNP exam is according to the VA, and if they drop the ball, it isn't my fault. So that was the take I took away, because I know guys that are on active surveillance for 5, 6, 7 years, and they're not having a problem. So anybody got a question or a comment about that?
Oh, I'm just trying to check. Go ahead, Sylvester, and then I'll come back.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Okay.
I know some veterans are retired from the military, and a lot of them get that treatment from the military rather than from the VA.
Right.
And of course, a person could be rated by the VA as having a service-connected disability and being paid for that and go on active surveillance.
Yeah.
But in the interim, he's still getting treatment from the military because that's his desire.
Right.
And sometimes they fall through the cracks, so to speak. So
Yes.
I suspect what you just said, Jim, is very accurate for that particular veteran. I
Okay.
think it was just probably something overlooked by him, if that's the case.
Yeah. Now, Sylvester, I got a question for you if you hold this. Okay, if I'm cruising along and I want a CNP exam refresh, kind of like, can I just fill out the 4138 and send it to the VA and say, look, could you please schedule me for another CNP exam for such and such, such and such? Is that the proper procedure to follow?
When I was working, that would be the proper procedure.
Okay.
You could ask for a company pension exam anytime because disabilities do change.
Okay.
And if you felt you needed a new exam, you could easily request that. You don't have to wait on the VA to set it up. You
Okay.
could request it yourself.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So
Wait. Henry, you do have your hand up, except your camera's. It looks like you're attempting to connect, but I don't know if you can hear us. Oh, your hand is down now.
All right. So whilst we're
Okay,
waiting
Rick,
for
go.
Henry,
Go.
I just sent you the NCCN active surveillance guidelines.
Okay.
I did a screenshot of them, but you'll see the page. And if you
Okay.
need the whole NCCN guidelines, I've got them. Just let me know, and I'll send them to you. Now, the technically you're right, but in practice, that's not what's being done most of the time.
Okay.
The DRE, the PSAs are every 6 months. That I know is right. Some people do more often. The MRIs should be no more than every 12 months. So, sorry, no more often than every 12 months, but in practice, they're usually about every 18 months to 3 years in practice.
Yeah.
Unless there's something going on.
Right.
Unless or if you're a 3+4 and not a 3+3, they might be closer to every year to 18 months.
Right.
And the same thing with the biopsies are really every 2 to 5 years.
Okay.
But the guidelines say no more often than every year for the biopsies, but none of those guys get annual biopsies anymore. They have done in the past.
Okay, it's just the idea to make sure that if you start to claim this thing, that somehow the VA will still consider you as 100% temporary along the way. And that's the goal. As I said with him, it was like 8 to 9 years between a CNP exam. And I guess somebody decided to possibly get his attention, and they got his attention real good.
I bet they did. Now, who of you here actually have a VA urologist? Anybody?
A VA urologist?
Yes.
Henry,
you do?
Yes.
So, it might be worth asking the VA urologist what their guidance is in terms of MRIs and biopsies for a VA patient.
Yeah, anyway, I don't know if the VA follows NCCN or not. Or it depends on the hospital.
No, I think it follows NCCN guidelines.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain it does.
Okay, great. Okay, it's about 9:50. Anybody else have anything to bring up or any final questions to ask? Well, if not, I would I thank everybody for coming, and this is the AnCan Foundation's Veteran Support Group. And if you would like to contact me, just email me at veterans@ancan.org, and I will be happy to respond to you. Okay,
Good
folks.
deal. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it very much.
Okay.
Take care, Rick.
And also just hunting anybody within the Washington, D.C. area. There is going to be, in March, there is a Korean War seminar put on by actually a special forces captain who's a lady who was a North Korean actually as a child. And her dad brought them down to South Korea along with 3,800 other North Korean men who then volunteered to join the Army, U.S. Army, as Army Unit 8240, the White Tigers. And
Yes.
they were trained and outfitted and sent back north. And what she does is to travel around the world, and she puts on seminars, and it's actually a 2-day seminar and a 1-day on the Saturday. They happen to meet, I believe, over at the Korean War Memorial. Although the 2 days, she then gets the military attaches to come in and talk about their country's participation. And there was actually about 16 countries that fought within Korea. And it's a great 2 days, and it's being held here at the Springfield American Legion Post 176 on, I think, the 19th and 20th of March. And it is quite interesting. And it's only $20 to attend, but it's a class act. And she is an impressive little gal. She's a little tiny thing, and how she qualified special forces wise, I have no idea. She's amazing. So if folks are interested, contact me. I put the information within the reminder, and it will be an interesting 2 days for sure. Okay, folks, let me stop the recording.
All right, take care.